Howdy, partners! How are you? Right, okay, we left off last time where we had a look at Hobbiton, didn't we? Yeah, oh yeah, apparently we had a look at Hobbiton, apparently, so the rumour says. You know, I'm kind of thinking no. Now we're going to do the Trolls and Rivendell, okay? Now I've already done this, but I wasn't happy with it because I did it far too quick. And really didn't give you know, I just did think everything just way too fast. So you couldn't really, you know, I'm just flicking around really quickly. So I'm going to do it again. And this time a little bit more thoroughly. Right. Okay, so we're in Hobbiton. Alright, now last time I showed you, all we had on the map, and I'm not going to show you the map because it's going to be a surprise. All I had on the map was Hobbiton marker, Bag End, the party, Michael Delving, which was over to the left, okay, Tom Bombadil's cabin, and Bree. That was the only locations, alright? But I said there, I think there's one in the north, one in the south, so there might be one in the west, right? So, but I didn't show you that because I hadn't been there yet. But I've unlocked them all now, and this is the staggering bit, is I thought I'd seen enough, you know, I think we had a fair bit in here, but oh no. This is the total amount that's in this map. So way more. I had that, sorry, that, and that. That was all I had. Okay? Well, there is way more. There's Little Delving, which is just north of Michael Delving. We have Needlehall. We have Tavern in the Woods. I think that's made up, that one. But I could be wrong because these places are actually in the book. And Budgeford, Frogmorton, Stock, Hobbiton, and that. I don't know what that is, but it said Dragonome. Woodall. Now, in the film, as you know, we went from Bag End, you know, went out at night, blah 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 blah. He made his way to Woodall when he left the Shire with Merry and Pippin, and stayed with Freddie Bolger, I think, something like that. And right, and then they went to Farmer Maggot's farm. Remember, did a bit of stealing. Dogs chased them off, and so that's on there. Then they went through to Buckland, sorry, not Woodall, but they passed through Woodall on the way to Buckland, which is where they were going to stay in the house. So they told everybody in Hobbiton. But no, he was escaping out of the country completely, or the whole Shire. There is the long way in. Again, that could be in the book. My mind is a little bit hazy. I don't remember that, so I think some of it may, you know, that may be just an added location. Plus, I found old Man Willow before Tom Bombadil's house, and there are incidents on the way, by the way. So you will get attacked by, you know, wolves or something like that. You know, so there are occasional enemies in here as the further you go in. When you get to the Barrow Downs, that is the Barrow Downs, which is in the book, not in the film. And yes, you will be attacked by wights, which are actually kind of Draugr, but whiter. And then we had Bree, what we looked at the end, remember? So we missed all this stuff here. Plus, after Bree, there is Archet, there is Straddle, sorry, and then there are some kind of little marshy areas. This is where in the film and the book they go through the old Midgewater marshes, and you know, Sam says what they eat when they can't find Hobbit. And then right to the far right we have Weathertop. So there's a tremendous amount in this map, and this is just one of about, I don't know, about 10. Okay, so I'll pick any one of these. Now every one of these locations you can go in, and every single house or building in each area is enterable. Now, I'm not saying these are big. They are not. They are not gigantic little areas. They're kind of smaller versions of the Shire. But you can go in any one of these houses, and I will demonstrate that. Home undershined. Could be a player home. I have noticed that in odd places there are a kind of player home. What is that there? Is that a switch?
Yes.
But again, or I don't know if I got a light. Let's see. Of course we have the one ring. I'll put that away. The torch will stay up. So as you see, all kitted out very nice. In every one of these houses, in every one of the locations, is enterable and has all nicely kitted out with stuff.
I've got your back.
Okay, so this guy spent a lot of time doing this. Now, I can't remember the guy. Maybe I'll have a look at the end. But as you can see, all the things that you'd expect in a house. So this is kind of the whole Shire. The Shire is a whole big area, and Hobbiton just a part of the Shire. And again, up here. So I'm going to do a little bit longer in and just show you just a random view to show that, oh, that's the same place. But as you can see, yeah, beautifully kitted out, you know, food on the table, you know. This is actually like a, yeah, and of course we have merchants, so we can go in and we can
take a look.
We can buy some jewelry or something. So, you know, it has this kind of stuff built in. Now, there aren't quests, as I said before. There aren't quests.
Yes.
Silver chunks. That's a good name. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, there's an element of, you know, just make stuff up, because obviously he doesn't know who lives in these places because we didn't visit them in the book either. Okay, but yeah, as I say, I could go to any of these locations. You can pick up these, you know. So all the stuff that you normally have in Skyrim is here, okay? Alright, like that. And then there's the map of each one, if you go into the camera. So, you know, there's sort of scary niche, wherever that is. So, I don't know, let's pick another one. We'll get it around, I'll shut my eyes. Where have we got? The long way in. I won't go there. Let's go to stock. But as all those locations are unlocked, and I'm going to do that from now on. Is unlock every location first before I show you them. So I don't have to walk all the way. But every one of these locations has a road going to it. So it's not just you know, you can fast travel between them. You can actually walk the whole journey. So you can simulate the kind of Lord of the Rings journey almost. But again, you know, so if it says that, then that means it's enterable. So if it doesn't come up with a name, then it's not. But you'll find that every one of these is enterable. Okay? And again, you can pick flowers, you know, you can do all this kind of stuff. I've leveled up Frodo as well. So I like nice original names. And ducks, I mean, see what I mean? There is a tremendous amount of detail put in. You know, little pigs. I mean, that's not even in Skyrim. You know? Sharp knife butcher. I mean, that makes sense. But as you can see, there is a tremendous amount in this map, which I didn't show you and I didn't know until I thought, well, I just go out and see if there's anything else. And locations just kept popping up. Now, I think we went to Buckland. Did we go to Farmer Maggot's farm? I don't think we did, but because I've watched the second one that I've done already, but I went through it very fast. So I'm going to do a little bit of a slower version, and I hope you don't mind. And each one of these areas that I loaded, I'm not going to fast travel to the next location, to the troll one. I will keep that as a separate one, because sometimes it does crash when I go between locations. So here are the 3 dogs that were, you know, if you read the book. Okay, so there's the 3 dogs there, so that's true to life. Right, let me bring this to daytime. So let's go on and say, I don't know, an hour, so it'll be about 7 o'clock. Or 6, I don't know. Can't bother with the maths today. 6:45, well, close, you know, I was within an hour. I mean, so yeah, you know, so just what you'd expect. Now he should be hovering about here. Here he is, old what's his name? Farmer Maggot. That's him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the guy who chases you out of the farm. And of course, this is the, you know, they're quite tall. I mean, not as tall as the film, but probably the film exaggerated it a bit. They are. Yeah, probably they should have been taller, but you know, the guy worked with what he could. But again, you can go in his house, you know. And I just prove that by just, you know, hovering over the door. If it's got that, it means you can go in it. And I have checked just about all these locations, and you can go in every single one. So these are the ones that I missed out. So I'm just going to do this before I go onto the trolls and Rivendell, but I'll probably do that as a separate video. So this is kind of extended look at the Shire, which I miss. Now this is, what did I just pick? Buckland. Now Buckland is where in the book. So if you're an aficionado of the book, which I am, although I can't remember every darn sentence, you know. So I'm gonna head to my left. All right, and there should be somewhere along here. There should be a fence somewhere. Now I've got to try and think now. It requires a great deal of effort. I've got to think where it would be, because it may be that it's south. No, I'm not quite sure. Can I see any closer? I think that is the wall there, possibly. So let's go through there. So let's run this. And hopefully it's the right area. So, but as you can see, all beautifully done, all beautifully enterable, you know. I mean, the only thing it can beat this, I suppose, is the PC version. You know, you got a little camp over there. But over here is the gateway. Now, if you've read the book, you know, this is the gateway out which leads out. Now, the reason that I've got these with me now is because when I did it on my own with me and Sam, obviously you're going to get attacked by wolves because you're going out into the wild. And so I've leveled up Frodo. He's now up to a level 10, and we've not put anything into we're not going to do anything like that, but we are going to do, say, restoration. But enchanting, all that kind of stuff, we're not going to do. The only reason they've gone up, actually, is if the others do enchanting stuff or destruction stuff, actually it's like a synergy thing where when theirs goes up a bit, you get yours put, so that it does kind of automatically put yours up. Now, probably not true to life, but you know, not bad. Now I've got his one-handed now up to this, and I've put it into fighting stance, which means power attacks use less stamina. So I'm trying to do it as a Frodo kind of thing. So he'd be wearing light armor. He'd be very good at sneak. So we've now got sneak right up to 45. I do believe it's like 20 something. Okay, and I think speech, you know, obviously they're good at speech. You know, they could charm the bottom off the back of a bus, really. And I'm going to try and do smithing because I want to get to here so we can, whoops, do the elven smithing. So I'll try and do that off camera. Right, now it's danger time now, and obviously, you know, Mr. Frodo does not like fighting. It's a very dangerous occupation, and he's not really one for fighting. So we're going to be slamming the ring on and letting our guys here take care of all that. So in the book, we go through Woodall under there, and then you come to the old forest. Okay. Now, excuse me if I get something wrong. By the way, sometimes I do say the wrong thing. You know, I might say the wrong location. I might say the wrong name. You know, please excuse me. You know, my memory is not great. But yeah, this is where they kind of get lost. You know, if you pardon the expression, we kind of, you know, might get lost. The trees used to move as well, and you know, so they end up getting lost, and then they succumb to Old Man Willow. So let's go to. Let's kind of head there, because I don't want to do this as a quick one, which is what I did last time. I just kind of fast travelled quickly to each location, and it was extremely quick. So I just want to kind of make that a little bit better than it is. Now, what's this here? Maybe I did not get this one. I thought I'd got them all. Oh, this is the bridge. Yeah, this is the bridge over the river here. So actually I'm unlocking another one. So see what I mean? Just this Hobbiton one, or the Shire one should I say, contains a massive amount of detail. So if you're into Skyrim and Lord of the Rings, you are going to love this mod. And it's worth just trying. So now we get some wolves or spiders or whatever it is. So Mr. Frodo is going to just disappear out of the way there. I don't think it was spiders, but you know, I suppose, you know, I think they're throwing in some stuff, you know, just to sort of kind of give you a little bit of combat as well, so it's not just something visual. Oh, there's a vicious spider there now. Spiderbane, which is the sword that we want. Hopefully we'll get that soon when I do the elvish smithing. So I'm trying to level Frodo up. Elvish smithing and all that kind of thing. I don't think this was in the film. Sorry, in the book. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read it. I've got the actual audio version of it, which is really cool. So we're looking for Old Man Willow, and what happens is basically they get lost here. They get completely lost, and they slowly succumb to Old Man Willow, and they get sleepy, and then they kind of fall asleep near the tree. Now, Merry and Pippin are kind of right next to the tree, and they get captured. Okay, so, but yeah, they do actually go over a bridge. So the guy who's done this, I will look it up after. I will kind of show you, and then we come round here, and as you say, it's full of trees, full of lots of different pathways, which is kind of simulating what happened in the book. And we've got to find the hidden pathway to
what can I do
Old Man Willow somehow. Although, let me take it off, Frodo. Yes, sir. Yes, Gandalf. Master, you shouldn't wear that so long. Yes, I know. Oh, there's the old bike. Gotta find it now. Oh yeah, oh here it is. Oh actually yes, here it is. Of course I'm thinking it's a location, but here is Old Man Willow. So this is where they all fall asleep. You know, we can simulate that. We can kind of do a bit of the game. I don't know about you, Mr. Frodo, but I think we can sit down and have a second breakfast.
What can
You're
I do
right
for
there,
you?
Sam. I wonder if he can make a camp. I did hear that he could do a camp or something. Now you can also in this mod. Well, I have a camping mod, so you can actually you know, do your own, you know, cut down trees, blah blah blah, build your own camp. Do some pots and pans, you can do all that stuff. But it was going to take a while to do that, so I decided not to do it. But yeah, we may be able to tell these to lie down. If you have amazing follower tweaks, which is really good, you can go to, I think it's pose, and you could just let me see, lie down. So you could just lie down like that. Okay, so we could sort of simulate that. So there's lots of little different emotes here.
Let me know if you need anything.
They will all lie down. They all fall asleep. Merry and Pippin get stuck in this tree, and then they call out Tom Bombadil. Sam, you can get up now. So if I draw my sword, I think it said if you draw a sword, right. Yeah, and they get rescued by Tom Bombadil. Now this time I will. Actually, there is something over there which actually I have not discovered. Oh yes, I have. Yes, I have. So let's be aware of Tom Bombadil. I was going to fast travel, but it's not very far at all, really. But Tom Bombadil, they kind of sing out for Tom Bombadil, and he goes, "Oh, Tom Bombadil," you know, sings a little crazy little song because he's a crazy old man that you know, is in charge of this whole kind of forest, and he's actually quite a powerful person. And he's the only one, by the way, that can resist the power of the ring. Nobody knows why. That's never been explained. But apparently it has no effect on him. It doesn't even... I think he can take it, disappear, and nothing happens. In fact, I don't even know if it makes him disappear, come to think of it. So there's Tom Bombadil. Now I got a feeling he had a blue hat, so that is not quite right. I just realised that sound is coming out of my tablet, so we'll turn that down. So I'll keep an eye on the text if I can. And we could all sit down, and he came in, rescued them, and then offered them a fine meal, which included mushrooms, which of course is their favourite. And they left and moved on to the next occasion. So thank you, Tom, for your generosity. But again, beautifully kitted out house. Look at it. It's absolutely wonderful. The care and attention that's gone into it is magnificent. And then there's even an upstairs here with even slightly different clothes as well. The the kind of thing you'd expect in Tom Bombadil's house, really. What was that? Oh, I think... Am I wearing the ring? Because I got a feeling it does damage you over time. If you... I'm not sure about that, but... Possibly it does. It's either that or it just slips off. Right, so let's leave and go back into the old forest. So there's Tom Bombadil's house.
Right behind you.
I must admit, this collar that I've got on, which is kind of because I had a whiplash, I've got a kind of a little bit of a weak neck, and so if I got headphones on, we're a little bit, you know, just a little bit heavy. It does kind of make my neck ache after a while, so I kind of put it on when I stream. So and now we come into the Barrow Downs, which again is in the book but not the film. And you know, the old wights are being here now. We can keep out of the way, but again they get lost because the mist shifts, and you know, and they can't really tell where they're going, and it kind of drains them. Oh, weird kind of music playing, which is a part of Skyrim. So yeah, creepy place.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, something coming! Help me! It's alright, Mr. Frodo, I've got it, don't worry. There's another one coming. Alright, I got it. Back! Foul creatures! Look out, Legolas! Legolas! Don't worry, all sorted out. He's got double blades, so he's using his double blades. From range he can use. So he is a ranger. I've set him as a ranger because he used bows and blades. So that was the best pick for his, because with amazing follower traits you can tell them whether they can do magic or not, do a spell sword, whatever. Help! Legolas! Do your stuff, Legolas! So there's a nice bit of combat in it as well, and there are some harder areas, especially at Moria. It's quite hard there. Me and Sam, we got obliterated. It's cool, eh? I mean, gotta admit, it's fabulous.
You can't beat me.
And this is one of the mounds, which is kind of burial mounds that are here.
This is the end for you.
I don't know about Sovngarde. I mean, that doesn't quite go with Middle-Earth. But yeah, these are kind of similar in the Barrow Wight, so they're kind of white, as you'd expect. And of course you can search them, and you will find stuff on them. You know, sometimes you might get a health potion and things like that. But yeah, and this is a kind of, I don't know, a little place of worship, so he's kind of put a nice bit of detail in it all. And as I say, you can do this whole journey walking through from one location to the next. You can walk it, or you can just do it manually, you know, just fast travel once you've opened them. Quick! Help! Mary! Mary! Look! Of course, this is another one of the mounds, look. Kill them! Oh! Get back! Frodo, look out! So I'll try to do a bit of voices. But don't just stand there, guys. Where's Gandalf? Is he up there? Sorting them out? Legolas!
What do you need?
Why don't you get that son of a gun?
Can't do that.
Why don't you attack that undead? You can't do that, why? Because he's too high for you? He may be a little bit too high. Maybe we can't get to it from here. I'm taking my life in my hands here, Sam. Careful, Mr. Frodo! Evil, they're evil! Yeah, I can see. I'm not bad with that, with one sword. So you can go into here as well. Although I won't be able to get up. Help! So yeah, there's even this to. I don't know. Can I go in it? Sam! Sam, you couldn't help, could you? All right, I'll do it myself. I wouldn't normally do this, but I gotta do something. want to see if this is an enterable location because I must admit, yes. So we can even go in here. So this is what I mean about this mod. It is tremendous. Oh my god! I'm getting out of here. So that's help, Sam! Sam! Don't worry, Mr. Frodo. You just get away there, sir. We'll sort it out.
This is the end.
And Merry and Pippin.
Quite a team.
Kill them! So we could go in there. But weird, yeah, weird, because it was kind of weird like that in the book. It's kind of all weird and scary, you know. It was quite scary, you know, for a book, you know, it was quite scary. I'm a massive fan of the book, of course. So over here, I notice there's a place there. So this could well be the place where, see what happens is they fall asleep. Barrow Wight's take him inside this barrow, so I haven't actually been in here. So I presume we can go in here as well. Oh yes, we can. And then, well, actually I want to do this, so let me save it. Now, I do sometimes get a crash when it goes in, so if it does, I'll say, howdy partners, and I'll see you later, just in case. And if so, I will continue this on. Alright, so we'll just see what happens. Usually the doors are okay. Right. Is Gandalf there? Well, he should be, sir. I don't know what happened to him. He may be still fighting them. Of course, I'm very good because I got the ring. Careful, sir. Gandalf there? May have to summon him. So if we go into tweak commands, which I've already got set, I could just summon the whole lot and they're all kind of blinking. They're kind of disappearing, blinking. And they'll all kind of come in one at a time. Oh. But yeah, this is where, now I want to see actually if there is a kind of place like in the book. Very good English I've got. Like what there is in the book, where you know they get kind of tied up on the 3 beds. Wonder what that is. And yeah, something comes in. Oh yeah, my goodness, this is kind of like it. There was a hole in the wall as well. So this is pretty good stuff. It's amazing. I'll tell you, for just this area alone, it is well worth putting this mod on. And obviously, you don't want to be going down. I think I kind of slid off there. Any chance of me get out of there? Frodo, you got too close to the edge there, sir. Yeah, I gathered that. I'm going to have to reload that. It was kind of slippery there. Yeah, didn't think I was that close to the edge, but obviously, you know. But yeah, I just want to go in a little bit further. Or creepy like. Oh. Yeah, I'm creeped out here. I really am. Right, don't get too close to the edge. Because I fell for that one last time. I fell for that one last time. That's not bad. Well, you know, plus, you know, it wasn't. You know, that was not bad. That was a good one. Hope you enjoyed that one. Never mind. Yeah, it's pathetic, really, pathetic. But you know, yeah, and there is kind of treasure in there, you know. So you know, we can pick all that. I won't pick it up. You know, I'm kind of enjoying this mod. Right, Sam. I thought you would be right behind me. I'll tell you what, Sam, you should
What
be
do you
getting.
need? Still need me to do something.
Wrong button.
What can I?
So you can ask him. So you go to actions, and there is a book which explains everything you can do in this mod, by the way. You know, the advanced follower tweet. So if you get behind me like that, he will come and get behind me now. Look, I'll prove that because he'd be behind me. So now I don't know if he stays, keep it up behind me, but it'd be nice if he did. But anyway, it looks like that's it. But yeah, they were captured, put into the thing. I mean, there might be another. I mean, I don't know. Where's the map? So that looks like it's it. But this is kind of the era, I think, where they were tied up, and then this great big long hand was coming out. So if you don't know the book, you know, I'll kind of fill you in a little bit with that. Right, hang on. Where's the way out? It's like back end here. So yeah, a nice touch having that in there as well. Stuff that's not even in the film. I love the creepy music, it's great. Right, now I'm pretty sure that is it, although you never know. I mean, I just keep on finding stuff. And then it goes from there to Bree. Now, we showed you around Bree, but and then it goes off to here. Now, if we go through here, these kind of this kind of stuff, which I think is in the, you know, within the DLC that comes with the special edition, the Skyrim special edition. So the creatures out of that, which kind of little buggy things, they kind of, you know, actually are quite strong as well. They kind of nibble away at, which is kind of like the midges, you know. They kind of, you know. But there, yeah, and then we got Archet. So again, I'll just show you every one of these locations. Enterable, you can go in, open the doors, look around. There are people there that might sell stuff. There's not going to be quests. There's not going to be any great, you know, great long kind of conversations or anything. It'd just be kind of plonked in. You know, it'd be just like
What
talk
do you
citizen.
need?
What do you need? It'd be stuff like that.
Sneak thief.
But if you see like a guard, you know, he'd probably do what
is
the soldiers do in now. Oh, I was going to say some of these locations. I was going to say, as we get to, you know, kind of the bigger areas. Apart from Hobbiton, that is, some doors may not be openable, but yeah, like that one. So it looks like there's just a couple in this game where you can. That's because it's a bigger location, so they're more concentrating on the hobbit houses, the mills, the pubs. You know, those are the ones that he's going to concentrate on, because obviously he's got to keep it within a certain range, because it's got to fit on the console. And obviously, if you got these on the separate mods for Lord of the Rings, you can turn your Skyrim into complete Lord of the Rings, because Hobbiton and that is absolutely gigantic, and there are quests in it and everything. So if you want the full experience, get it on PC. All right. So that's a nice little area there, with a pub or whatever. But again, as you get to these larger locations like Bree, whereas, you know, a biggish kind of town. It looks like he spent a lot in Hobbiton. Then it's gonna, you know, it's just gonna be a few less doors that open. But let's go to Weathertop. I can't remember if we went there last time, so we'll go there anyway. But and I can't remember if I showed you a certain thing as well. High elves are born with extra magicka. Oh, there you go. So if we come to the bottom of here, all right. I want to kind of approach it from their kind of view. So if you kind of come in like this, you see, you come in. Well, I mean, you get the picture, right? But I'm trying to do this on a slower pace because I just rushed through it last time and just said, oh, there's that, there's that. No, it's actually not showing it now. Around here somewhere. You don't mind jumping down here, do you? You go careful, Mr. Frodo, sir. Now, if you go round here, there is actually that little cleft in the cliff. Cleft in the cliff. There is like a little cleft where they did their little, you know, their little meal, and then the Black Riders spotted it. Okay, which is, you know, the bit in the film. There is a little kind of cavey bit somewhere, I do believe. Although, you know me, I could be mistaken. I mean, I've seen that in another location. But I think there is. Let me just have a very quick look. But yeah, you can kind of walk from the previous area into this area, I do believe. Ah, here we are. Yeah, this is the kind of approach. So if you come from, you follow the road. I mean, I can't remember where the road goes, but I think you comes along that bridge or something, and it kind of fast travel here a bit, I think. So as you come up, you see, they you know, they went in here into this little kind of overlook here, and they made a little camp. So even that is in here. It's really a nice touch, of course. And then, so that's the path they took there, and then they obviously went a bit further up. So I have to run all the way back round now. Which is, yeah, on this bit here. Now you go up into Weathertop, which there is actually a separate mod which has Weathertop with it kind of fully built. So there's also that which you could load in separate if you want. But yeah, it's kind of top. This is where they met the Black Riders, and you know, all hell broke loose, and Frodo was injured, and so on and so forth. Right, so let's move on now to the next location. Now, this could crash, so if it does, then I'll just restart it. So, but as I say, every one of these is enterable. Every one of these, you can go in, walk into the pub, blah de blah de blah. You can do all that stuff. It's beautifully done. Right, so if I go to here and go to, so we can teleport back to Skyrim at any time, by the way. So you need these books, which again I'll remind you what you got to do when you download this mod. You have to go to Whiterun, and then go to Dragon's Reach and see Farengar, the you know, the kind of wizard there in the side room there. And the two books that you buy, and one is to teleport to Middle Earth, and one is to teleport to Skyrim. That's so that instead of having to walk, you can just fast travel straight to it if you want to kind of skip. And I think there was one location where I did kind of actually get stuck. So let me do this now. If it does crash, then you know it's going to be a right big. But hopefully it will be all right. Sorry, I can't resist it. So if it's Brett.
What can I help you with?
Apologies.
Right, okay, we're fine. Whew. Now it always starts at the far end. You know, I'll tell you what is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, there's like a portal into this. You know, it's beautiful. Right, so now we were going to go into Edoras, weren't we? Not last time. And there are two areas there, and one would be Medalsed. Medalsed, yeah, I think it's something like that, where you know, which is like Edoras, okay. And then the other one's going to be another part, which is one's the northeast and one's southwest or something. Right then, now the Troll Shores. Now I do believe they are here. Right. So now we're going to the Troll Shores, which I've also unlocked, I think. I mean, but we were going to go into Bree. We're, you know, not Bree. Sorry, we were going to go into Edoras. But yeah, I want to kind of follow the journey here. Now, sometimes it takes a while for them to appear. There you go. Told you. Now, we look at the map. You see, if you go that way, that actually leads out. But up there is a big orc camp, which I tried to get close to, but obviously it was only me and Sam, and we would have got completely obliterated. So I kind of went round here, up there. And yeah, we had no chance. So we could go in there and take on that great big orc tribe. So you can do that and have a bit of fun with that. Now there is a little bit of a walk to... Well, I wonder what this is, you may ask. So let's kind of face the right way, which should be kind of that way. Alright, so it's kind of up here. So there's a kind of a path. You know, little bits clear now and again. You know, like little bits like this. So just kind of. Again, we could face some danger here. Sam, are you there? Hi, Mr. Frodo. I'm right behind you, sir. Good, I hope he is. Well, Legolas is. Well, I think Legolas and Gandalf be the ones to be at the front, to be honest. Now, I may change the followers. That's if I can find them all. Because I can't find Boromir at the moment. He's lurking about somewhere. I'm a bit scared, Mr. Frodo. I haven't been this far before. Yeah, I know. Nor have I. So let's make our way. Now there is a big troll camp, which of course, some trolls. Not the three that were, you know, in the film they saw on Mr. Bilbo's 3 stone trolls, remember, in The Hobbit? Now there is a little bit of The Hobbit in this mod too, because there are a couple of locations which are in The Hobbit. So it's got Mirkwood, which was in The Hobbit, and I think there's another area there as well. So there's even a little bit of The Hobbit in this, which is a nice touch, really. So you could do a little bit of The Hobbit, really. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's got a lake town. It hasn't got that. He stopped working on this now, which is a little bit of a shame, because it would have been nice if you could go right to the Black Gate and all that kind of stuff, because that'd be horrendously beautiful. Now, I better do a bit of sneaking here. Now, the ring doesn't make... Although it makes me invisible, it doesn't make me totally oblivious to the enemy, because it just means it makes my sneak even better. So it's kind of what the ring is kind of do. You're kind of sneaking past. Let's have a look, see where we're going. Right, we've got to be careful we don't hit these trolls. If we do, could be in a bit of trouble, because they're not really wearing much armour. You know, I couldn't really put much armour on Gandalf. He did have armour on, but it wasn't quite suitable for Gandalf, so I kind of put him in a cloak. But I found a decent cloak, you know, because I'll play this off camera and fill in the locations. I'll try and get him a nice wizard's outfit, which might have some armour on, or regenerates his magicka or something. Lovely little woods with little foxes and things. So, it's nice here, sir. I wonder if there's any elves. It would be nice if there's elves, yes. It would be nice, Sam. Careful now. Don't go too far ahead. Yes, Gandalf, I won't. I'm trying to do a little bit of role-playing as well. Do you think it's safe, Gandalf? I think we should head over there. Kind of a place that I remember. Especially in The Hobbit. There. Why, what did you do in there, sir? Well, we had a bit of trouble with some trolls. And they kind of, you know, captured us and the dwarves. But I split the rock, and the light shone through and turned them into stone. Now, alright, I'm not saying these are the most fantastic trolls you've ever seen, you know, but you got to work with the tools that we had, so we got bits of stone. But it's not bad, is it, really? I mean, I think it's alright. I mean, gives an idea of his size, you know. And there's the old campfire.
Right behind you.
So it's quite a nice little touch, that. Right, let's see. Now, I may kind of skip ahead now. Now, there is a kind of spider nest there. I can't remember if that was in the book. I can't remember every detail. But now we've got to be a bit careful, because there is another orc camp. So this is what I mean. You leave the Shire, things get a bit tough. Now, up there are the stone giants, which was from The Hobbit. And you will actually face three or four giants, and they're just like normal giants in Skyrim. They will, you know, I don't know if they send you skywards, but I think somebody went a little bit skywards. So yeah, you know, you got trolls here, you got orcs there, you got spiders there, you know, and so I think we'll go there, because, you know, we could do a bit of combat, but I'm trying to sort of highlight this mod, which is absolutely amazing. I might show you the mod right at the end. I did show you on the previous one, but of course that was the one where 3/4 of the Shire I hadn't even discovered. Right. So this is kind of like a little outpost, a little camp, you know, as we approach the abandoned pier. And that one, and we'll lead on to Imlad Luth, the stables of Rivendell, onto Rivendell, the courtyard, and of course the last homely house. And then over here we have now Caew Gildin. I'm not sure about that. The guy who did this is I think it was Maldaran. I'll show you that later if we can fast travel again to that home location, which is the teleport to Middle Earth thing. The guy was called Maldaran, I think, or Maldaran, and there's a little book there and just tells you a little bit about this mod and what he was trying to do. And I think some of it is in German, so if you see something that seems a bit odd, it could well be the German version of it. There's a gloomy clearing here. Now if you go here, there is a black rider. So be careful. And then you've got the Ford of Bruin, of course, which was in the movie. But this is a kind of nice little camp on the outskirts, you know, elves kind of, you know, just on the outer borders of their land, you know, just keeping an eye on the local nasties. Now, there's not much here. It's just a little camp, really. Okay. I'm not sure what is up here. Let's have a little look up here. But yeah, they won't say a lot. You know, it's basically, you know, hello, what do you want? You know, it's that kind of thing. But if there is somebody who's selling something, then you can trade with them, just like you would anything else. So I've got to skip on again, because I don't want this to take, you know, a ridiculous amount of time. Now we can go to here, right? Let's not go to the gloomy clearing, and then what I'll do is we'll kind of I'll go to the Ford of Brunin. All right, now we could walk it. I know you're tempting me to walk it, and you know you'd like me to do all the camps, but I'll leave that for you, because if you try out this mod, you know, you're going to get a nice bit of action, you know, so get a follower or two, or, you know, if you get amazing follower tweaks, you can now have up to 5 followers. I thought it was more than that, but that's PC, it's about 15. In fact, I think it's 30, come to think of it, on PC, but that's because PC does everything better. So, not quite sure. I mean, I don't think this is Buckleberry Ferry. Would be nice if Buckleberry Ferry was in it. I mean, maybe it is and I missed it. But yeah, we kind of cross the river here now, and then we kind of make our way up to the Ford of Brunin right now. I think a Black Rider was here. Now because I've already ran through this, I've tried not to do the combat, because if ever I kind of just simulate a whole Lord of the Rings story here using this mod, yeah, I'm not 100% sure whether to do that or not, because it could take a lot of screens, couldn't it? It could take about, you know, 30 screenings of all these mods added together. But yeah, I think there was a Black Rider up here. So what I'll do is I'll fast forward to here, because we are, you know, we're trying to cover this, so I will fast forward on some, but it'd be nice to do little walking bits. And do this at just a nice slower pace. I think also, you know, it crashed a couple of times on my last one as well. So that's one reason, another reason why I'm doing this again. So here is the Ford of Brunin. Okay. And of course, you know, Merry and Pippin, you know, and Sam were with us, but not Legolas or Gandalf. Because, in fact, it wasn't Merry and Pippin either, come to think of it. You know, he was taken on the horse there in the film it was by Arwen, but in fact in real life it was Glorfindel, yeah, Glorfindel, very famous elf. I think it's up here. So there's the Ford of Brunin, and I'll do the little approach to Rivendell, although that's a long walk, isn't it? So I'll tell you what, we'll go here. Yeah, it's quite a long walk actually to there, but it's lovely to see the approach to Rivendell. So that's just like a little abandoned pier. Right, now it's kind of dark now, so we'll kind of whip this on. Let's see, about 7 o'clock will be 10 hours, so we'll do that. Because, you know, the Hobbits like a nice early start. And there's a good reason for that, and that's because, you know, they want their first breakfast, their second breakfast, sometimes a third breakfast before they have dinner. So they got to be up early to, you know, so they don't miss any of those. Now this is kind of a, you know, creepy old cave, you know, and I think this is the one that I wasn't sure what it was. I've got an idea what it is, but yeah, really kind of odd. Now that's if I remember it rightly. Let me just check. Look at the map a minute. I did kind of creep this all out. I think this is the place where there's like an area where there's like I don't know, like a tree. It's like an ent in there, and like a, you know, like a kind of table, you know, kind of like a, as it would be for like a tree. Alright, and so it looked in Lord of the Rings when they go in the Fangorn forest, Treebeard takes them to his home, and they kind of get fed, and Merry and Pippin, you know, get looked after because they're separated from the Fellowship. So this to me looks like that area there. Alright, so I think what I'll do is we'll come back out. But that's a nice little touch. It's not too much inside there. It's just like a little entrance, So there's just like a path leading along. Maybe a couple of orcs there, I can't remember now. And you know, and in just that little kind of little home. So that's the only thing that I can see that it is. But I want to do the kind of little approach to Rivendell because it's quite a nice site actually. But it's not that far really. So if we go up here to the kind of the gorge's edge here. I mean, I've gone a little bit too far, yeah. So if you do that walk up from the river, so as I say, you can walk this whole journey. But if you come in from kind of here, and I did actually jump off, you know, and at one point, just to see if I could land in the river, but I kind of just slightly missed it. So you get a nice kind of little kind of view here. So we kind of come along the mountains here, and it's kind of the hidden city there, leading into Imladris, which of course is Rivendell. And let's hope the Amazon do a good job on their Lord of the Rings second era. Would be nice. So it won't be anything to do with Lord of the Rings, it'll be prior to that. But look at this. I mean, beautiful, you know. I'm not saying it's exactly like the film, because obviously that was a tremendous amount of detail, but it has these lovely waterfalls, you know, another waterfall somewhere else, I don't know, I think so. And then we come into Rivendell. Now if you read the book, it is kind of like this, kind of, you know, a ringed wall. Very nice. Sorry. But there's this kind of stable over here, which of course is the stable of every society. Oh, alright. That one didn't get got a good reaction there. So there's the stables. But we're more interested in Rivendell. So here's the entrance to Rivendell. Now, this is not it's not Lothlorien, by the way. So there's a lovely little archway coming in. And we come through, and there's guards on the wall. And again, they didn't say a lot.
Hmm?
As you can see.
You want something from me?
No, not really. No. But some of them, you know,
Speak quickly.
dressed in lovely stuff. Lovely outfits, so, you know, non-Skyrim stuff. And some of these will sell stuff as well.
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thuan be taught? Like any skill?
I don't know, it's nothing to do with me. So, yeah, you occasionally get a kind of guard talk from some of the people. But most of them, you know, will be... Now, this is another area where, you know, there's a lot to it. So you're not going to be able to go in nearly all the houses in this particular one. Right, but there's a lovely little market area here, which is really nice. And you can buy and sell all, you know, you can buy some stuff from here. So if we go into here, you know, it's got some nice weapons. I mean, they cost a packet, but look, an elven short sword, I mean... Actually, just buy that for Gimli. Legolas. And I got a Hutron bow. Now, that is a lot, isn't it? But I have been making some money. Is it a blade or a sword? I mean... Yeah, that's more of a sword, isn't it? You know, I think that's the kind of short blade. But yeah, nice stuff. All nice stuff in this. Also on apparel. Nice elven boots. Apparently I've got the other bit, but yeah, we've got a nice little hood there. So you can buy and sell here, and this is obviously doing weapons.
Yes.
This one she's obviously doing potions, so you can buy potions here. Or some butterflies, in fact.
Need something?
In fact, there are some things in this.
Take a look.
Which are different ones. So I think so anyway. I know I saw some that were slightly different. Not in this one then. Yeah, there is ectoplasm. It might be one of the other locations, but there was some different stuff as well. So yeah, this looks like a standard kind of potion area. Hello, is that a beggar there?
Hmm?
Well, he is, but he's not speaking. But again, you can buy some meat. You know, you can buy food there, and you can buy some clothes here as well. So you get a nice bit. So you can do all that. I mean, it's why this is so good. It's even got this in as well. So I don't know what they got. It was usually kind of rubbish. But there is an elven hood and an elven cloak. You know, I did find one, by the way, and put one on. A lovely elvish robe if you want. Oh, look at that. Oh! Oh, sorry, I nearly gushed then. Oh, I'm going to buy that. Oh, I mean, that's nice, isn't it? No, lovely elven green. Beautiful. Lovely little stuff like this, you know, you kind of simulate. Now that, although it doesn't really do it. If I had kind of a skill for Gandalf, which one would be best for Gandalf? Possibly that one. I mean, it hasn't got any armour in that, but red, I mean, it's kind of grey, isn't it? I mean, I think I'll get that one. That's kind of close-ish, isn't it? I mean, it's not grey, but God, what's what, blood? What else you got? Oh yeah, so yeah, there are a few things that are slightly different. Like, there's a tailor designer. What that does, I have no idea. But there's violet fabric, black. Wonderful. What kind of thing you'd expect from elves?
You want something from me?
And we'll just wander on in. So if we go into this location now, so this whole location now, there are kind of multiple points in here. So I've kind of rounded them out. So you've got Imlad Galar, barracks. So that there is enterable. So the kind of main buildings are enterable. So there's a barracks. There's a player home. In fact, let's go there, shall we? I'm trying to do this at a slower pace. Just so you can get a little bit more detail because, you know, I've just skipped through this really rather rapidly and I would like to show it a bit more. Now, there is a guy that has shown this whole thing with lots of parts, but he does it very, very slowly and hasn't got my kind of charm or you know, humour. Yeah, not that I want to knock him, but because, you know, he did a great job. He opened my eyes to this. And by the way, this mod has been out a while now, about 2017-18 it came out, but it's only kind of recently got onto the Xbox because I've never noticed this one before. So, and I generally look at the kind of, you know, most favoured ones, the most uploaded ones, and you know, the kind of new. I kind of look at that every now and again. And yeah, we can use this cooking pot and do all, you know. So if you see any of this stuff, we can do all that. So it is like, it is interactable, you know, like a thing. There aren't so many things you could pick up, and you know, people could pick up that. But there are sometimes things that are kind of nailed down, you know, just to try and keep the general beauty. So this is kind of like a little player home. So if you want, you know, you could make this a home if you like. So yeah, let's just have a little look. I kind of whipped out of these places before. Alright, so all very nice, isn't it? And then you've got the barracks, so maybe I'll miss the barracks, but what a load of barracks, because that's looking a bit sad on it. I don't know about you. Now, if you open his backpack, anything you put in his backpack, he will not touch. So that's part of the amazing follower tweaks. So if you want to put something on him, actually equip him, then you can do this. So let me see. You know, I'm wearing that actually. I don't know. I'm trying to keep a little bit of kind of. Yeah, I'll give him that. So if I give that to him, all right, and then I take the other one off. Now there might be a flash of nudity here, so please avert your eyes, because the last thing you want to see is a wizard. Is a wizard, you know. Naked. Oh, thank God, it was quick enough.
Just holler.
Now, to enable this feature where you've got this backpack, you have to go to. You'll get an option. I don't know if I've got it on. I think I have got it on everybody. But if you click on the person like that and go to tweak options, it will give you the option to. I think if you go into that and then go into gear, okay. What it will say is, do you want to allow multiple outfits? So it'll have a home outfit. So it says enable. You know, I can't remember what it's called, but it's enable. You know, other outfits or something, and that gives you a home outfit. So then they would change into those clothes. So if you go home, they would change into home clothes. They'll have some for when they're in a town and some for when they're kind of wearing normally. So you can actually do that, and it's only when you've done that can you do the option to open your backpack, which is extra storage, which is separate from their, you know, what they're actually wearing. So if you want to put stuff on them they want them to use, you put it into the trade one, and if you want to put it something but them not to use it, then you put it in there. So it's a nice little touch put into that. Right, let's mosey on, because you know this is not too big an area. I mean, it's big. It is a big area. What am I talking about? So let's move on. I don't want to say. So these come some of the places that, you know, won't have. It's mainly generally concentrating on the important areas in each one now, because obviously it had to fit a limit. Now he looks a little bit better now with his robe. Right, so we're coming to here now. What is this one? Now I did find a couple of them from the Fellowship here, which is the ones that I dragged along. This is the guest house. So we come into this nice guest house. I can imagine a few people are sat in there, and it's kind of, you know, again all nicely kitted out. Lovely little kitchen here with some food, a couple of pots. So you can take all these if you want. You know, for the journey ahead, if you want to do a bit of fighting as well. If you want to be, say, Legolas, you know, you could do a Legolas character.
I've got your back.
No, because with the I've got a mod which is, I think it's now called Lord of the Rings weapons, and it gives you a choice of hobbits, elves, and Dunedain as well. So apart from the normal ones in Skyrim, you can do that. So you could be an elf, you could be a dwarf, you can do all that as well if you want to.
What can I get?
All right, so it's a little guest house with kind of provisions in it and stuff. And yeah, and there's lots of these bags with stuff in it, and there was a couple of skill books in you know, there is the odd skill book, and I did nick the one from here because it was, I think it was sneaking or something. But yeah, there's stuff in there, but I left it in there just so you can show that there was stuff in it, and I didn't take any of it out. But this is all there for you to sort of interact with, have fun with, so that it's not just something to look at, it's also something you can do as well. You can actually enjoy this mod and get some fun out of it as well, and you know, do a bit of combat and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just a showcase. Right, let's see. Am I going the right way now? Now that's the guest house. Right, now let's make our way now to the last homely house. So it's completely the opposite way. Come, my fellow fellowship. Hello there, sir. Now over here, because as you know, we're playing as Frodo. We kind of created this character, okay? Okay, but actually here, because this is
Well, hello.
Frodo,
Good
so
to
you
see
could come
you.
here as your, you know, like any old, you know, assassin or whatever you're going to be. You can come to this, you know, and you can meet all the Fellowship here. And
Good to
obviously,
see you, my
as soon as
friend.
you switch to first person, it switches to the normal height of Skyrim. So you see that he's looking down at this height here, but when you
Glad
click on
you're
it,
here.
when
care.
you kind of do
Need
first
something?
person, he looks up. And that's because, you know.
Yes.
And there's our lovely
Well,
Bilbo, who, you know, when he gave away the ring, he started to age quite rapidly because it does kind of keep you young. And there's old Frodo there. Well, not old Frodo. And I was watching somebody who was watching the Fellowship of the Ring, and he was saying, oh, he's probably only a teenager, like Frodo. He doesn't realise he's like 50. So he doesn't know that hobbits have a fairly long life, and Bilbo was about 150, I do believe.
Hello, friend.
Hello there, Sam. I see you're eyeing up the stuff. Oh, I went
Right
back in the
behind
same place. That was kind of dull.
What can I do?
Now, I take it it's still recording, is it? Oh, it's still recording. Good. Right, now I've kind of lost now. About right, isn't it? Last homely house. What is the last homely house? Although it must be further behind. I do believe. Yes, there we are. It's the pathway. Let's take the pathway. Sam, are you alright, Sam? Aye, sir. Aye, sir, I'm coming up behind. You alright, Legolas? Yes, I am, yes. Good old Orlando. Now, of course, this is going to have all the main locations in this. Same as in Lothlorien. It has all the locations that were in the film and the book. Now, this is interesting here, because you know I said that,
You want something
you know,
from
at
me?
the Ford of Bruinen, well, actually before the Ford of Bruinen, that Arwen took him across the river, etc., etc., and said, if you want to claim him,
Need something?
you know, come, you know, if you want the
Need
ring, come
something?
and claim it. You know, this is the guy that actually put him on the horse and he chased, you know, ran
want
away
something
from
from
the
me?
Black Riders
Yes.
and got Frodo across the river. And it was, in fact, it was Frodo that said, you know, if you want
Speak
the ring,
quickly.
come and take me. And he got his dagger out, and then they came across the river, and Glorfindel was
quickly.
with him, and then the river, you know, came forward, and you know, all the ponies, you know, well, the horses that you know,
Make
came
it
through.
quick.
Now Elrond kind of created that spell. You know, he did call upon Elrond to help, and they
Need
brought
something?
it down. And
Make it
and then
Need something?
Gandalf, I couldn't think of his name, and then Gandalf, of course, put an extra little touch on it with the horses to add to that
Yes,
spell, because he
something.
was in Rivendell at the time after his. So there's Glorfindel. He was the guy who was in the book who actually took him to the Ford of Bruinen. But let's go into the last homely house. This is what I mean about the detail that's gone into this.
Yes.
Now, it's fairly bare in here, but
Yes.
this is kind of open kind of area. Now, that just leads back. Sorry, that just leads to the patio and the library. Right, this goes to the patio and the library. Now, you might think, oh, that's a bit dull. But it's actually not. 'Cause again, it's beautifully kitted out here. All things, books. It's kind of almost like a Bilbo. Look, the recipes of Middle Earth. So it's even got lovely little touches like this now. Of course, it's all in Elvish, is it? It's in squares, but that was a skill book. So you do get the occasional one, so it's going to have all the things you'd expect. You know, a little bit of a snack there. You know, a display case, which probably has a... Well, look at that. Now, it's not takeable. There's an Elder Scroll there.
Can I help you?
How can I help you?
And yeah, there are kind of, you know, I noticed there is some bookcases here, but one of the bookcases, look, it has collection of Middle Earth, because I skipped over this as well. Now, typical, you know, the normal things that you expect in Skyrim, yes, like how do you harvest frostbite spike? If you're interested in that, have a little read of the book. Interesting stuff. But this, if we open this is one added. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have took that. So I'm trying to leave everything as it was. So let me put that back. So let me open that, and it will say the power of the 9 rings. Okay, which as you saw in the film, and it's Ashnaz. Well, I always thought it was Ashnaz to Batuluk, Ashnaz Gimbato, you know, something like that. But there's the whole kind of thing in Mordor speech, and then you know, underneath that the Elvish translation, which is written in English. 3 rings for the Elven kings under the fire. 7 for the dwarf lords in their hall of stone. Mortals, eternal death expire 9. 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie. 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to drive. It should be 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to bind them. 1 ring to lead them all. No, find them, and 1 ring to yeah. So he's got that slightly wrong, but he's kind of German. You know, what do you expect? Miracles? No, I'm joking. And Maldaran, if you're listening, that was just a joke. Very poor one, but and that's probably got the same thing, isn't it? So, again, this could be skill books in there, but I won't touch them. You know, why should I spoil it? And it's got a dwarf on it, which you'd expect. Yeah, there's a lovely citizen there, writing out his notes, doing some lovely help.
Make it
Lovely
quick.
little pictures and things as well. I notice there are some kind of things added which
Make
are
it
not in
quick.
Skyrim that kind of make it extra special. And of course, there's
Yes.
Elrond.
Need something?
Hello, Elrond.
I've got your back.
But he doesn't exactly converse
Need
much.
something?
But if we go out here, of course we have the famous location in the film.
You want something from me?
They all sat down, all the fellowship. And there's one, apparently you're not in the fellowship, are you? But And here, of course, is where we took off the ring. Show the ring, Frodo. Yes, I think it's in here. Is it in here? Is it Misk or is it in the other one? Or is it in a barrel? I think it's in a barrel. So I mean, it'll probably drop on the floor. And in fact, I may have lost it now.
You left this over there. You're lucky. Someone else might have kept it for himself. Here you go.
We've stopped. What is it?
Oh, well, yeah, and also that happened in Skyrim as well. When you're playing Skyrim and you drop something on the floor, they will sometimes come across and say, you know, is this yours? And, you know, sometimes you've got to answer, and you can say, no, it's not, and then in which case they will have it.
Can I assist you?
But they can sometimes just give you it back. You know, so, but yeah, you can put the old ring on there, although it didn't kind of drop on there, it kind of drops around things, you know. So, but you could do that, and Gimli could come along. You could tell him to attack the ring, and you could smash at it. I mean, so a lovely, nice little touch on that as well. And then, of course, you know, a nice little area outside. Beautiful little area out here, as you'd expect from Rivendell. Beautiful stuff. So really nice little bit of creation here. You know, I wouldn't say it's exactly like the movie because obviously that was a tremendous amount of detail, but as you can see, it's all really nicely done here. And I think this is just another part. Now there is another bit in here which I want to show you as well, because this is the tremendous detail that's gone into this brick wall there apparently. Okay, so we go further on in, and of course, you know, nice little area here. Lovely dining set. Look at that, beautiful dining set. That should lead back out. But let me show you this bit, which is also in here. So if you remember the film, do you remember the film, ladies and gentlemen? Now that's the patio and library. I think that leads out of the door to the patio. But if we go up here to the upper echelons of Rivendell here, and then we go up here. It's a nice little statue. You'll see there's some nice little rooms. Must admit, this isn't made out quite so well, but this is kind of, you know, it's meant for sleeping. It's not for kind of eating, you know, but there's still some nice little candles, nice little things put there. It looks like a harp there.
Make it quick.
You know. So this is really nice, but let's go farther down. In fact, if I go to, I think it is the patio and whatever. There's another little bit as well, which is really nice. Now, hang on, where do we come in? We come in there.
Speak quickly.
Go to our left, was it? I'll give you speak quickly. I'm trying to show something.
Quickly. You want something from me?
Where was it? That's the patio and labs where we just came. Oh yes, nice food here. So yeah, nice little food, fire, you know, you name it, all that kind of grubbins. Patio and Live, was that the place I just come to? Just come out of. Oh, I love the plant. I'm trying to find it now. I think it's actually in this main bit here. Oh yes, yes. I think there's an upstairs bit somewhere. Is it this bit here? Ah, yes. Yeah. Now, so as you remember in the film, somebody was sat down here, and Boromir came in. He went, Isildur. Well, no, actually, I can't remember the name of the guy that fought Sauron and sliced the ring from his finger, and then he was thrust aside. Although I think he was thrust aside, then Isildur took up the ring and, cut the ring from his hand with the sort of broken blade. Okay, and chose the ring and then decided to keep it, and it all went wrong for him and he got killed in the film. But here is the sword with the shards of Narsil. So there he was. Even got that lovely little touch there as well. So
Can I help you?
beautiful detail.
Make it quick.
Okay, isn't that great? I mean,
What can I do for you?
beautiful, isn't it? So I think that will do on that. Rather nice. But yeah, I could spend hours on this. I was spending hours on this, just kind of opening the locations and all that, and I'm having a great time. So let's go back out, because you have to go out before you can fast travel to any other locations. So we're getting to the very end now. So I hope this is a more thorough look at what I was trying to present on the first one, but I just rushed it through willy-nilly like some crazy loony, like what I be. Alright, there may not be another way out. What are you doing round there? No, you kind of ended up down there. How did you do that? Because I couldn't get out of here. But anyway, we're outside. So, well, that was the courtyard. Last time out, and that was the courtyard. So, that is all there is in this one here. So, again, so not quite so many as in the Shire, but that's because, you know, I think he did tremendous amount of detail on here. So now we're getting to quite slightly smaller location now. Sometimes there are some smaller ones than this where really you just look at the local map and there are still locations in it, but they're not fast travel ones. Now this is where we get a choice where you can go up through here, or we can go down here. Now I can't remember what's next, but let's go to this one. Now I'm trying to think where Eregion is, because you know, it's been a while since I've read the book. Look at that, combat difficulty modify at any time. I wonder if they'll change that in the next one. I got a feeling they're going to change that. Call me a fool, call me a Burke. Right, so I've also unlocked these. So this is what I will look at next time, okay? Now this is kind of southeast, right? But there's also a northeasterly pass, which I do believe goes back to that. Well, actually, we're in the same area. We're back in the same area, so I've got to try and think which it leads. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Actually, I'll click on that. What I've done is taken us to here, but we haven't actually moseyed into that area yet. So if we walk forward, I do believe we end up going through there. So as you know, go through socials, you know, blah 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 blah. Okay, and we end up here. Now this cozy little place. So this is Moria. Okay, so this is the next location. They all come out now. So we'll be going in there next. Okay, so that is the one I will highlight next. Now I did a play of this quite a while ago now on PlayStation. No, I think it was on Skyrim. It's like a special Lord of the Rings one. So this is that whole bit, because in the original mod that was on here, where it had 3 locations, I think it was this one, which was the full thing. So it was really quite fairly accurate, apart from it didn't have the creature in the water. I mean, it had something that kind of simulated it, but wasn't really thing with great big tentacles, which is really powerful, by the way. Me and Sam came in here and, well, 1 or 2 bolts from it, and that was it. We were dead. So a very powerful thing, but we got all this lot now, and even with this lot it struggled. So he might actually be dead, but we should be going that way next time to Moria, and we just go through it. I think it's fairly quick to go through it. There is, if you take the wrong turning, as it is in the book, where if you take a certain one of the turns, I can't remember if it was left, that might be the way he said, oh, the left smells, you know, smells bad. That you can go down there, and it's called orc camp and everything. So you can go in there. There's a, you know, you can have a nice, good old battle in there, and then you go the other way, and it leads on through to, you know, the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. So we're going to have all that. So I'll show you that next time. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to, yeah, just kind of spread it out a little bit longer, I think, because I did it. I tried to squeeze it in, and I did it far too fast. So next we'll kind of do the one that comes after this, which should be Lothlorien. Okay, but we can actually go to Lothlorien from here as well. Okay, so you can actually go to the next location. So it's great that you can do that in this mod. Now I'll just show you that mod, and maybe I ought to put that in the description. Actually, might be a good idea to do that. Maybe do it in 1 or 2 of them, and then, you know, after that you can just go back and look at that earlier one with the mods. So it takes a little while to load it, but I've had the odd crash with this. I changed the order slightly, and it's a little bit better than it was. But I've noticed that if you go into the Prancing Pony in Bree, and you go with that first little door as you enter that kind of building where it kind of, there's a little arch going over it, well, you know, like a bit that just goes over the top and joins the two buildings together. If you go in that little door on your left, sometimes it does crash as you go through, so it might be better to sometimes go into the second door. But this is called TSV, which is the Elder Scrolls 5, okay? And it's Middle-Earth Redone, and it's 4 parts. Part 1, Part 2, which is the main parts, which is the, you know, the actual, you know, locations, and then the other bits are the assets, the additional assets. So it's these 4, which is, it's over 2 gig here. So that one's just like a 1.1 gig or whatever. That's another, you know, 1.1 as well. So, you know, you're looking at 2.2 gig here, and those are all the locations. So instead of those 3 that I had in the other one, it's got Moria, Mirkwood, Lothlorien, Rohan, the Shire, Bree, Weathertop, Misty Mountains, Paths of the Dead as well. So it's got that, and the Anduin Valley, which again contains a few locations. So all of these things all contain different locations. So, you know, Moria just goes through to the next location, say, as you know, going through a door or a section. But some areas is a whole map full of lots of locations, like it is in the Shire. And Rohan is also another one of those where there's going to be a few locations within that map. Okay? Right, so I'll see you all next time. Thank you all for watching. The guy is... Oh, let me... Actually, as long as it doesn't crash, let me show you this again. Now, if it does crash again, apologies to that. And if... I'll see you later. Well, we'll go there. Sometimes... Occasionally it crashes, but as you press and you know, so you can do this at any time. If you get stuck, you just think, oh well, you know, I just want to skip it. But this is Maldaran's bag, the guy who created this. And if we read this note, I greet you, Dragonborn. Hello, he's German. Apparently, you have found your way to Middle-Earth. Welcome. In front of you are 7 gates leading to the different regions of Middle-Earth. Take your time and start your journey whenever you want. I hope you enjoy exploring and discovering. Happy greetings, Maldaran. Okay, so he's the guy that's created this. He spent a long time doing this. He's now decided he's not going to do any more. He wanted to do some quests, but he'd already spent a tremendous amount of time, and I think you'll agree, watching this, that he has put a tremendous amount of effort into this. Alright, so next time I will go to that location, you know, to the Moria bit, and we'll carry on from there. Okay, but these are all the wonderful locations. Just very quickly run over them. So there's Bree there. So if you go, you know, this is the kind of local ones, although local-ish. It's Bree, and then the Trolls down there on that one there. And then these are the kind of more exotic ones. So this is actually the Hobbit. So if you remember, they went, you know, let me see, they went through, let me think, they went through Moria. No, hang on, I'm trying to think what they did now. I think it was Sage, yeah, they got captured by wolves in the Hobbit. And so they climbed the trees, you know, if you saw the Hobbit film. And then the eagles took them off, and then they landed on an eerie eagle here, and they climbed down, and they ended up in the Anduin Valley, which is where do you remember Bjorn was? Now his name's not Bjorn in this, so looks like sometimes he has changed things, but that is the skin changer. Okay, so he's the skin changer, turns into a bear. He's the man who turns into a bear, which is what Bjorn is. This is the Haudh, so this is the Harad people that you see in Lord of the Rings, the ones on the Mamukils. Right, this is the Misty Mountain, so you can go up to the Misty Mountain and do that whole bit going up to the valley. There's not very many locations on that. It's like a cave area, but it's mostly just walking up mountains and, you know, soaking in the kind of snow coming down. So you can do that whole bit in the Misty Mountains. And then this bit is Ered Nimres, which is simulating that whole entrance to, you know, the Paths of the Dead. So it's got that, and it's nice and creepy. It's got that kind of gorge they were going through as before you enter and go into it. So, and I haven't actually been in that one yet. So that's going to be another great one to go in. So lots of great locations here. you know, you've got Helm's Deep, which is that one. You have yeah, you've got the Troll Shores there. You've got Helm's Deep. You have Lothlorien over there, which is after Moria, so we'll be going to that one after. Again, it has all the locations in the book that you'd expect, so we'll get to that at some point. And these are the 2 areas of Rohan which you can go in, one containing metal sets. That's why there's a horse here. You notice that all the things have something relevant to, so there's the kind of Malorn trees, you know, and this is the kind of, you know, the trees and the door there to Moria. And there's Rohan, and then down here this is another Hobbit one, which is you know, Mirkwood. Okay, so it's kind of a little bit of everything. So I'll see you all next time, and guess what, guys, I'll see you later, and I will leave you with that, this wonderful mod. It's now on Xbox and it's absolutely fantastic. If you're into Lord of the Rings and you love Skyrim, try it out. It is amazing, and you've even got a bit of combat in there, so you might need to take somebody along, or you'd have to be high level, because you know, sometimes there's walls but sometimes there's vast giants, so gotta be careful. I'll see you all next time. I'll leave with this wonderful view of our small fellowship, because we can't do the whole lot. The bag on the left there, which is from Maldaran, who did this, and I'll see you all next time. And guess what, guys, I'll see you later. Enjoy this mod. I know I am. Bye for now, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.